Welcome to the Yoga Portal. My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing a vinyasa flow. So go ahead and get into something comfy and meet me down on your mat. We're going to begin in child's pose. So bringing your knees to the wide edges of the mat, big toes come to touch. We'll stretch the arms towards the top of the mat, letting the forehead rest down. Once you've found this shape, allow your body to surrender. Allow the wrists to be heavy. Let the shoulders relax, the fingers. Let the hips be heavy, the ankles and the toes. Beginning to take deep breaths here. In through the nose, holding at the top. Letting your exhale be a sigh out through the mouth. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale, side out. As you inhale, feel the expansion in your chest, in your lungs, as they fill with air. When you exhale, notice the collapse, the release. As you move through this practice, if your mind starts to wander, come back to your breath. Option to roll the forehead side to side on the mat, massaging the third eye. I encourage you to stay on your mat during this practice, both physically and mentally. That is the true practice of yoga, being able to stay present. And the best way to do that if your mind starts to wander is to come back to your breath. Your breath is always happening in the present moment. Now walking our hands over to the left side. Option to place the right hand on top of the left. Taking deep breaths into the right side of the body as you feel that opening, that stretch. And coming back to center, let's go to the right. Placing the left hand on top of the right, breathing into the side of the body. Coming back to center, let's push up into tabletop. Aligning wrists with shoulders, knees with hips. On the inhale, lower your belly and gaze up, opening through the chest. Exhale, round the belly up, letting your head be the last to drop. Inhale, belly lowers, chest and head lift. Exhale to round. See if you can move one vertebrae at a time, moving with breath. Coming to a flat back. Let's bring the right toes back to the back of the mat. Engaging the core, pressing through the palms and the middle fingers. Option to lift that leg off the mat. Pointing and flexing the toes. Rolling out the ankle. Now tucking the left toes under, we're going to lift up into a three-legged dog. Pressing back into the shoulders, heel comes down towards the mat. And let's lower that knee back down. Keeping the right leg up. Option to reach back with the left hand and find a bind here. Grabbing hold of the toes or the ankle, pressing the chest open. Breathe. Releasing the foot, extending the right leg out, and finally lower back down. Coming back into tabletop, extending the left toes back, engaging the core here as you find your foundation. And when you're ready, left toes lift. Strong line of energy from the crown of the head all the way through the spine, down the leg, and out the toes. Rolling the ankle out. Tucking the right toes under. Let's extend into three-legged dog. Deep breaths. And lower back down. Option to find that bind. Reaching the right arm back. Pressing through the heart. Taking up space here as you breathe. Releasing the foot, extending the toes, and finally lowering down to the mat. Now bringing your knees to the wide edges of the mat. Inhale and lift the right arm. Exhale to thread it through, laying the shoulder and temple on the mat. Option to extend that left arm forward or bring it to your low back. Breathing in the shape, noticing what you feel. Pushing back up into tabletop. Inhale, opening up to the left. Exhale, thread that arm through. Shoulder and temple find the mat. Extending the right arm or bringing it to your low back. Surrendering to the pose with your breath. Gently pushing back into tabletop. And let's find downward facing dog. Pressing the hips high. Ankles come down towards the mat. You can find stillness here or pedal out the feet. Inhale, gaze up at the hands. And let's step the feet up to meet them in forward fold. Deep bend in the knees here. Option to grab the elbows and find a sway and ragdoll. Allowing gravity to pull your upper body down. Inhale, let's come to extended mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Pressing thumbs into sternum, grounding through the feet. Take a moment here to pause, check in with yourself. Maybe roll the shoulders back. And when you're ready, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing hands to shins, come to a halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale to fold. Planting palms on the mat, feet step back, downward dog. Lowering to plank. You can stay on your toes or drop to your knees. If you are on your toes, float forward, lower halfway so your elbows stay by your sides. Flip the feet and press into upward facing dog. Exhale, hips come high into down dog. Option to find child's pose here if you need a rest. Otherwise, we'll take 5 deep grounding breaths. Inhale, gaze up at the hands. And step your feet up, forward fold. Inhale to rise, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Doing one more round of sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Planting the palms, feet step back, down dog. Lowering to plank, knees or toes. Remember to float. Lower halfway. And find up dog or cobra if you're on your knees. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. 5 deep breaths. On your next inhale, right leg lifts into three-legged dog. Exhale to step it through between the hands, lowering the back heel. Inhale to rise, warrior one. I'm mirroring you right now. It's easier for both of us this way. Deep bend in the front knee, relaxing the shoulders, finding a strong stance here. Bringing the hands down in front of you, we'll bring palms together and draw a line across the body as you peel open into warrior two. Gazing over that front middle finger. Inhale, flip the palms, stretch forward and back, reverse warrior. Careful not to dump. Keep the spine tall. On your next exhale, drop the elbow to the knee and find side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Straightening the front knee, pivoting to a wide straddle. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to squat. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let's turn to the other side and find warrior one. Keeping the knee and ankle aligned here. Deep breaths. Bringing hands in front of you, palms come together as you trace open into warrior two. Rolling the shoulders back, deeper bend. You're stronger than you think. Inhale to flip the front palm, stretch forward and reverse. If you came up out of the bend, I challenge you to sink a little deeper. On your next exhale, drop the elbow down, find your side angle. Careful not to dump all your weight into the knee. Stay strong and lifted. Deep breaths. Inhale, warrior two. Straightening the front knee, pivoting back to wide straddle. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, let's fold forward. Grabbing hold of the right ankle, keeping a slight bend in the knee if that feels better for you. Drawing your nose down towards your knee. Coming back to center, switch sides. Deep breaths as you allow your exhale to sink you deeper into the stretch. Coming back to center, big bend in the knees, palms come down, Let's drop onto the knees, if that's accessible for you to get down this way. Now coming into staff pose. Actually, let's come into a kneeling lunge. Bringing the right leg in front. Keeping a straight line here. Really sinking into the stretch. Feeling a nice stretch in the quad and the hips as they open. You can stay up like this or bring your hands down to the mat. Bringing the left hand onto the mat, we'll straighten out the right knee and find half splits. Option to open up to the right side and flex the toes. And come back into kneeling lunge. One more time, left fingers on the mat, right arm lifts into half splits. Deep breaths. And let's come back to kneeling lunge and open up to the center into Skandasana. If you really want to test your balance, you can bring your hands to your heart and come over to the left side and rotate into kneeling lunge. Deep stretch here. Placing a right hand on the mat, maybe up on the fingertips. Let's straighten out the left leg into half splits, opening to the left side. Coming back into kneeling lunge. One more time, straighten out the leg. Deep breaths. And find kneeling lunge. And we'll press back into Skandasana. Maybe do a couple side to side here. Little playful movement. And now we will come into staff pose. Straightening out the legs. Nice tall spine. Now let's hug in the right knee and give it a squeeze. Keeping a tall spine, hug that knee with the right arm. And let's find a twist. Slowly unwind. Straighten out the leg and let's hug in the right. Give it a squeeze, tall spine. Now hugging the knee on your exhale, twist to the right. Slowly release. Straightening out that leg. Let's come onto the back. And hug your knees into your chest. Rolling side to side here, massaging out the spine. Hugging in the right knee. Rolling out that hip as you bring it down under your armpit and across the body. And now we'll bring it all the way across over to the other side, letting the arm extend. Finding a supine twist here. Making sure to keep both shoulder blades on the mat. Coming back to center, extending the leg down. Let's squeeze in the other one. And roll the hip out. And let's bring it across the body. Arms come out to the sides. Shoulder blades stay down. Squeezing out any stress from the day, any unwanted energy, any lingering energy that's stagnated. Give it a nice wring like a wet towel. Coming back to center. Hugging the knees into the chest. Option to stay here or open up into happy baby. Grabbing hold of the knees, ankles, or toes. I like to alternate straightening and bending each knee. Finding one last hip opening before we rest. Hugging the knees into the chest. We'll straighten out the legs and find Shavasana, our final rest. Allowing your body to surrender here. Relaxing the jaw and the eyes. Letting the practice go. Shavasana means corpse. And now you've died. A version of you has died. And you can let it go. You never have to think about it again. It just gets to be what it is. And you can move on. Allowing the wrists to surrender. Ankles are heavy. Toes are heavy. The body is relaxed. Safe, seen, held, supported, and loved by the ground beneath you, our Mother Earth, Gaia. You're safe to just be now, exactly as you are. The past is over and done with. The future is yet to be. All you have is yourself in this moment, and you are enough right here in the eternal now. Namaste.